Get going. It's Wednesday. Get going. It's Wednesday, you said?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take what you say. All right? All Guyana lost its virginity way back in 2016 to ExxonMobil when the coalition government gave it to them for a few pennies with that contract Trotman signed. You hear me clear, or do I have to repeat that?
Very clear.
All right, thank you. Yes, they made our beautiful children into street prostitutes where we will only get the crumbs that fall off the table from our oil. Now, the PPP government, instead of correcting that situation, they are making it worse each passing day with their selfish and corrupt nature. Uncle and auntie, these politicians are making even our unborn children into future sex slaves with their silence and inactions. Yes, your beautiful children are being played while the politicians are being paid. I told the people in Essequibo, yes, I told all of them that there's an old saying, now turned into a very popular song. You don't know what you have until it's gone. It's a very popular song. All Guyana or the Caribbean people knows it. Well, Joshua, soon that saying and song will have to change to this. You knew what you had, but never thought you would lose it. This thievery of Guyana, uncle, has been going on a long time now in secrecy. They never show the Guyanese people what deal they're signing on to with these foreign entities. Every Guyanese should throw milk, Joshua, at David Granger's foot for releasing this ExxonMobil contract. Let me repeat this, man. If Guyana didn't see that contract, uncle and auntie, you would have never had a radio program like this. And you would have never know anything what's going on in Guyana. You would have never had a single story within the Kaieteur newspaper about this most horrible Exxon deal we had. I, Glenn Lall, would forever owe David Granger a heartfelt thank you for releasing that ExxonMobil contract so that not only the world but Guyanese can read, could have seen what deal we are getting. And we haven't finished everything in that contract yet. The little that you have heard so far with that contract, what we are getting, is half truth. As the day goes by, people are dissecting that contract to show us how it's much, much worse than what we have been reporting or what we think about it. Now, let me show you guys let me show you just one thing. Let me just give an example, Joshua.
Yeah.
How we are all losing what God has blessed us with each passing day. Your old and sickly parents, Joshua, leave your eldest brother in charge of their 10 expensive properties. All of you and your children living day to day and hand them out. The big brother sell out one of them for next to nothing to a known gangster. And when he was questioned by his brothers and sisters, Joshua, as to why he sell out the property for next to nothing, he tell them he made a mistake. And they forgive him. You hear that? They forgive him. You would do that too, right, Josh? If the man make a mistake. I would. I think I would do. I would too.
Yeah, I guess.
I'll do that. If I feel was a genuine mistake.
Yes.
Thank you. But if the man sell a second one for next to nothing again to the same gangster,
Oh no, we need some deep profit.
what would you do? Or what would you say to him?
Something wrong.
If he tell you he made another mistake, Joshua, is that a mistake or a deliberate conning going on between he and the man?
Can't make the same mistake a second time.
Exactly. If he sell the third and the fourth one to the same gangster for next to nothing again, now you tell me, what would you do? Knowing that your children is living day to day in hand-to-mouth, Joshua, isn't he being paid? And his brothers and sisters are being played?
Yes.
Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Uncle and Auntie. Yeah, man. There is no doubt about that, right, Josh?
No, no.
Correct. Well, my fellow Guyanese, that is exactly what is playing out in this country with our politicians and our wealth. They are being paid while you are being played. The coalition government gave away Lisa 1 and 2 with some terrible blunders and mistakes in which all of us should have already been filthy rich had we gotten the right deal. But they told the nation they made errors and mistakes in both projects. If you believe that, then that's your problem. I, Glenn Lall, don't. I believe they were playing with us while the oil companies were playing or paying them. You hear me, man? I believe they were playing us by telling us that, while the oil company were paying them. That's what I believe. Joshua, now this present government, the PPP government, had cussed down publicly and in Parliament how the PNC and the AFC sold our patrimony out with the ExxonMobil contract. And they went further to cuss out the mistakes that were made in Lisa 1 and 2. That is public knowledge, Uncle and Auntie. Jagdeo now give the same oil companies the third and the fourth projects with the same horrible and terrible mistakes. Now you tell me, Uncle and Auntie, all this is not mistakes. These are deliberate actions by Jagdeo, who is heading the oil sector. What you said, Josh?
Agreed.
Like I said, they are being paid while you are being played. And now he's going to approve the fifth project to the same set of gangsters. Oh boy, I love this country. It's Wednesday, right, Josh?
Yes, it is.
I enjoy my weekend, you know.
I can tell.
Joshua didn't drink a beer in 25 years. I had 6 beers Sunday on the Escribo Coast. I swear, 6 beers. Don't tell my doctor. Don't tell him. He can say, Glenn, you're playing with your life, drinking 6 beers. Don't do that. And I'm sure nobody's going to tell him anything. He listens to this program, but sometimes he missed these parts. Thank you for treating me so kind and so nice, guys. Yes. Thank you for the prayers too. And let's move on, Josh.
Yes.
It's Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Let me share some more examples of how they're being paid and you are being played. This one I'm about to tell you is more horrible than what I just said there about the 4 projects. Joshua, you gotta listen to this one carefully. Uncle, you gotta listen to this thing carefully. A Guyanese man named Floyd Haynes, living in New York, was granted a contract by the Guyana government. Yes, granted a contract by Jagdeo to check bills totaling 7.3 billion US dollar. Exxon said to spend between 2018 and 2020 on Liza 1 and 2. Joshua?
Yeah.
Mr. Haynes came on Kaieteur radio last week with my reporter Kiana, and what he revealed on the program made me realize that these politicians, especially our Vice President Jagdeo, is up to no good. No good whatsoever. It's a total disaster in the making for this country and its people. Uncle and Auntie, you guys didn't hear the program. And I guess even if some of you hear the program, it's kind of a little too high. It's a high pitch for you people. That's why I have to step in to explain. Mr. Haynes told the nation that he was only hired to check the figures, check the amount on the bills to see if it's correct. Meaning, uncle, if the maths 1 plus 1 equals 2, that is what he was hired to do. Add up the figures only. In we half and half profit sharing business, Joshua. Yes, that is what he was hired to do. He said he was never hired to verify if the bills are fake or if the bills were inflated. Did you hear what I said there, Josh? Huh? No, you didn't hear, man. We got to repeat the thing. He was never hired to verify or to check and see if the bills handed to Guyana were fake or if the bills were inflated. This is what the Vice President Jagdeo hired a firm to do and paid the company over $750,000 US to do. Yeah, man. Hired and pay a man $750,000 US to do what a third standard child can do on a computer. Jagdeo hire, and I say Jagdeo, uncle and auntie, because he is heading the oil sector in Guyana. President Ali put him in charge of that. And this is how this financial guru running a 50-50 partnership in this country hire an international firm to come check 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. And if that's correct, the man pick up a fat $750,000 US check and just fly out. Yeah, man. This guy told my reporter on the radio that he was given 4 months, uncle. 4 months to complete the addition with instructions given to him by the government. Check the figures to see if it's correct, and don't check whether the bills are jacked up or fake. You hear that? Now tell me, how can you blame that man, Joshua? He has to do what he was paid and told to do by Jagdeo. That's what he has to do. He can't do nothing else. All this going on, and Abri Norton and Kemraj Ramjatan silent like church mouse. Uncle, which business partner in their righted sense will hire a company only to check the amount of money his partner threw at him and not verify whether the money was indeed spent in the business or if the bills were jacked up? Can somebody help me here, man? Huh? You see why I say you're being played while they are being paid? That was the lead story in our Kaieteur News Sunday newspaper. And from then to now, no response from the government or the opposition. Until now. This 7.3 billion US dollars. Oh, the 7.3 billion US checking that Jagdeo hired a company to do, uncle, is money ExxonMobil spent from, like I said, 2018, 2019 and 2020 only. You hear what I said, brother? That 7.3 is only the money they spent from 2018, 19 and 20. This money ain't got nothing to do with the third and the fourth and the fifth project he's going to approve now, uncle, which is another 30, 40, 50 billion American dollars. I want you guys to get that clear. Please, this 7.3 billion is more than 2 years of Guyana budget, and Jagdeo hiring a company only for add up the number and make sure it right what Exxon give we. Not to verify, check, recheck, and double check the bills to see if it's real. If it was padded, if it was jacked up, or if it was inflated. He didn't hire a company to do that. He just hired them, give them 4 months, yes, to do a 2-year job, and tell the company to add up the things quick for he. He didn't tell them to check and to see whether 20,000 length of pipelines ExxonMobil produced a bill for was actually delivered in Guyana or even buy for Guyana. No. The company was not told to check, recheck and double check to see if the quantities of cement, of chemicals and all the other materials, expensive materials needed were really supplied and the prices is in line with the international market. The man wasn't hired to do that. That wasn't part of the review or the audit or the check, uncle. This is how Jagdeo running a 50-50 partnership business and the opposition is quiet. You hear me? Politicians being paid while you, all of you are being played. all them supply boats. Suriname pay, Trinidad pay $12,000 a day, US. Guyana pay 50,000 plus per day, work or no work. Yes. All them supply boats, them high helicopter services, them drill ship costs are thrown at us. You know how you throw like? Take that dog, eat it as you throw it, eat it as you get it. And all that company can do is just check and see if the additions on the bills are correct. How you like that? Yeah? Nothing else. This company was not hired by Jagdeo and paid by the government of Guyana $750,000 US to question the bills whether it's inflated or overpriced. Jagdeo just hired the auditing firm, pay them the money to add up the bills. To add up the bills on the money that was spent from 2018 to 2020, uncle. This is what this smart man were running Guyana half and half business doing to this country. With $7.3 billion US in bills that was handed to us. Yes. 2 full years of Guyana budget, uncle. You better grab your pressure tablet. Some of you need it. I'll take a break and wait for you guys. Grab grab your pressure tablet. Because what I'm about to tell you, you will need to sleep good. And you will need to drink it from now. Ready? Or you want me to wait? Let me take a sip in the meantime. And me water. Because I take me pressure tablet before I even come on the program. Joshua?
Yes, sir.
You ready for this? That's 7.3 billion US, the company adding up. Whether it is correct or not, whether it is right or wrong, the time frame that's set out for Guyana to check those bills have lapsed. It have expired. It passed. So whether we like it or not, Guyana will have to pay the entire 7.3 billion US dollar. You didn't hear what I said, man? Huh? They pay this company $750,000 US to verify the numbers or to add up the numbers. And if it's right or wrong, uncle, Guyana has to pay it as is. You hear me?
Yes.
As is. Thank you. I drink my water. That is one of the biggest mistakes both Trotman and Jagdeo made in the 4 projects that both of them give to ExxonMobil. Exxon put in the contract that Guyana only have 2 years to audit, check and verify the project costs. And if you don't check it within that 2 years, you pay it as it is, like a donkey. This is what these guys, you have for politicians running this country accepting. This is what the financial guru Bara Jagdeo, yes, knew all along and cussed down Trotman about. But he never corrected it when he approved the 9 billion Payara and the 10 billion Yellowtail projects. Uncle and Auntie, that 2-year time limit, Exxon having the contract still remains. Yes. So Payara 9 billion, time will run out next year, and Jagdeo will do the same thing again. He would allow it to run out, just like how he allowed this 7.3 billion to run out. And he can say, he doing an audit again. And I bet in my last dollar, he can do the same type of checking all over again. He can bring another company or the same company for do the same addition. What one third standard child can do for Guyana. Joshua, my heart bleeds for you people.
I know.
What these guys doing to this country? Oh boy. Oh boy. What they're doing, Joshua, you know, what they're doing here is blatant thievery and skullduggery to the max. It can't get worse than this. Man, since when your neighbor can tell you, you only have an hour or 5 minutes to check the bills he's spending on your house. And if you can't check it within the 5 minutes or the hour, you pay the total amount he on you. Huh? Since when that can happen, man? I ask myself many times, the things we have learned over the time in this oil sector, if these things are real. I ask myself many times if these things are real, Josh. And this is one of them. Is this a real? What I've just said there is a real, Josh? A known con man working with you on a half and half business and he telling you how you got limited time to check the bills he handing you? Is this a real, man? Is this for real what Kaieteur them doing to this country? A known gangster like ExxonMobil that has gangstered the whole world everywhere they've been and work, putting time limit for we to check them spendings, and Kaieteur not man checking that? Huh? Father above, come quickly to this country. You're needed here more than anything at this present moment. I am sure some of you pinching at yourselves there, asking to see if you're dreaming or if what you're listening to is real. I go through that on a daily basis, uncle. I swear to God, if I didn't see it in black and white when my reporters present these papers in the newsroom, when we're carrying out our editorial meetings, I would have never believed that this type of wholesale skullduggery and thievery of a country's wealth could have happened so openly in a country by its politicians with no fear whatsoever in them. I could have never believed this. What is happening in this oil sector in Guyana, I don't think it ever happened nowhere else on earth. Man, Joshua, minimum, a whole year of Guyana budget we get cheated off. Yes, we get ripped off, conned with those inflated bills dumped at us in that $7.3 billion. Anybody cares? Kaieteur, Norton, Ali or Ramjatan care? I think they care. They give away 8% increase. Yes, that's the care they care. When all a year should have been gotten, a year's salary triple instantly. They give away 8%. If we had corrected the time limit on the projects, do the right audit, and do it on time, everything could have doubled in this country. Every single thing the government doing in this country also could have been doubled, uncle. if we had only done a proper audit in time and do the right audit, a forensic audit, meaning we check it all, fine, and question it all. Not a cost recovery audit like what they do here, telling the man to check the figure, to add the figure. No. The money we lose out there and what that could have give us out of the 7.3. Man, uncle and auntie, our $3 billion debt could have been paid off in full. Or, if they didn't want to pay off our debt, man, everything they did this year could have been doubled. If they built 2 schools, we could have got 4. If they patched 2 roads, we could have patched 4 roads. The money they're borrowing to build hospitals, they would have never had to do that. If they did the correct thing by doing a proper forensic audit, uncle, yes, had they done that, we would have saved a whole ton of money. Instead, they're going to give the public servants $5,000 and $6,000 increase on their salary. What can't even buy bora and baji in their house. Man, had they done the right thing, uncle and auntie, everybody, every one of them should have been taking home triple that amount. The amount of salary they're working now, triple. And they would have gotten light bill and water bill free. Is how much more you have planned to sit down and take in this country, man? Huh? Huh? Half of that 7.3 money we were ripped off.
Yep.
You know what our money could do, brother? All the roads in this country would have been brand new. Water, GPL, all would have been brand new. But look what these chaps doing to our country, man. Gosh. Oh, man. I want to repeat something I said to a few people at the Parika and Supanam stellings on Sunday. This is what I asked some young men. I said, would you stand up and see a man fetching out your TV or your fridge out your house and stay quiet? Would you not put up a fight for it? They all said, hell yes, Glenn. We will fight for it. So I said to them, Exxon is fetching away not the TV or the fridge in your house. Exxon is fetching away a fully furnished executive mansion that God blessed every Guyanese with. And all of you are silent. Exxon is fetching out not them $2 and $3 million car y'all driving, but they're fetching away your state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line Lexus and Mercedes-Benz that God Almighty blessed us with. With that amount of oil discovered in this country, and none of you saying a word. I told them, you guys are ready to beat up and kill your own brother if they snatch a fine chain from anyone or your family. Yes. Ready to call the police if you lose the clothes on your clothesline. But none of you are willing to fight these foreigners that fetching away not a gold chain, but your whole life. None of you are ready to fight Exxon that is fetching away your children's and grandchildren's future. You know, Joshua, all they could have said, we hear you, Uncle Glenn, we hear you. We hear you. Come on, man. Come on. Don't let Guyana become Africa. What these foreign entities doing in Guyana, presently, Uncle and Auntie, is far worse than what I have seen them do to Africa. Please, I am begging you guys. I can only shine the light in the dark tunnel these leaders creating for you guys. You have to want to step out.
Yeah.
You have to step out and speak up, Uncle. Please don't let President Ali mamagaying himself around the place, walking around and walking people's yard and say, you come and fix this step and walk away for this old lady. Walking around telling the young people, you come to my office and make sure you get construction work. Come on. No, man. No. Like I said, Uncle, this is what we have become. President Ali patching steps and putting the brothers to do construction work, while the oil companies fetching out with sophisticated mansions and we top of the line machines. Just now, Uncle, you're going to hear they want to go back in the cane fields. Yes, slaving under the hot sun, when all of we should have been living like kings and queens already. Yes, we should have been living like kings already, only if they do the right and proper thing. Man, had they done the right and proper thing, or turned to do the right and proper thing now, what a life our children can live. But you're being played while they are being paid handsomely too. Oh, what a Guyana you are living in. We have to stop using this term, give away Guyana wealth, and be a little more blunt. I have dedicated a full page, the page 7 of the Kaieteur News, going on 2 years now, to be very blunt. I don't know if you guys just get to read it, but we are very blunt with our page. We can't be nice and use diplomatic and sophisticated language anymore to these criminals we have parading themselves as politicians. You gotta be blunt with them. They are colluding with the foreigners to steal it. And we have to say that. It's nothing more or nothing less. What has been happening and continuing today is not giving away anymore, Uncle and Auntie. It's plain thievery and skullduggery. Bharat Jagdeo, the Vice President, promised 3 times. Yes, the last time I was on my program with him. He will ensure those mining contracts they sign with those foreign companies in our gold, diamond, bauxite, timber, manganese. Yes. They are going to be made public. And to now. And to this day I'm speaking. Idaging. Why, Uncle? Idilly-dallying. Why, Auntie? Huh? You see? Why I keep saying we have to be blunt with them? He's laughing. He was laughing how Brasington sued me 19 times and asked me how much money I pay Brasington already for the 7 case. He was happy. If I give you a chance, he might want to sue me too. But that's fine, you can go ahead and do it. He might want to sue me for speaking the truth. Oh. Are you being paid to keep those contracts away from the eyes of the Guyanese people, Mr. Jagdale? Or the Guyanese people are being played by you? Which one? I'm just asking. It's a question. The sale of a couple barrels of oil. Joshua?
Yeah.
The sale from the couple barrels of oil we just get out there. He gave out a contract to sell it last year to an Indian firm. He didn't make that contract public for us to see what is the deal he made between Guyana and the company. You hear me, man? We didn't know. Last week, they gave the same contract to a company in England for Selby Isle. That contract has not been made public as yet. So we don't know what deal they strike between the company that is selling our oil yet. Hear that? The first company that sell our oil in India, we didn't see the contract. Now we issue one more.
We haven't seen it yet.
To a British company, England. We don't see that yet. All we hear, we don't pay the people in for Selby Isle. Look, when I hear things like this, I just want to like puke. You know? Joshua, uncle and auntie, big money just play out here, uncle. Yes, big money. Politicians around this world is get rich overnight with 1 year of these contracts. Let me explain. If the world market price is $90 a barrel or $100 a barrel, and between the seller and the government, if they cook up the deal and sell it for $80 or $90, when it's $100, then I know what's going on there, right? Yes. You're not being paid. You're being played. I love Guyana. Yes. At least I see David Patterson came out with a statement demanding that the contracts be released. At the Joshua, they're making a little song, but they only making a little song when the newspaper call them for say something. Let's see after the song what next, if we can see them in the streets. They're quiet on the 7.3 billion audit. Guyana paid $750,000 US to add up. You gotta love these guys. And I think they love me too, you know. All of them love me. The PNC, the AFC, and the PPP love Glenn Lall. What you say, uncle? Yeah, they love me. ExxonMobil love me too. What about you, Josh?
Yeah.
I told you guys when England said I waive the visa for go to England was for more than the oil blocks. Was to get under y'all skirts. I also said wait and see. Them rest of countries gonna follow suit just now because all of them want to get to know we. Yes, to get to know we better. Yes, because we find honey in Guyana. The sweetest honey is found in Guyana, and it's found in abundance. Everybody want to forget a piece of we. Yes. We report yesterday, uncle. This is a very nice piece. Yesterday we reported the Kaieteur news. Guyana in talks with Italy and Canada for visa-free travel too. Guyana in talks with Italy and Canada for visa-free travel too. And just like England, America can do the same very soon. Very soon, you won't have to get visa to go to them countries. And all of you going to be clapping at your hand and jumping for joy. Yes. It's the best thing that could ever happen. And you don't got to get visa for go see them country that. Them sweetening you with a visa-free travel. While them sweetening them mouth, them house, them country with your sugar. The oil, the gold, the diamonds. And you can't see and you can't understand that. No. We leaders, yes. Yeah, man. That's what they're doing to you. All of you sitting down here and thinking Canada, England, and Italy is better roses. Let me tell you, uncle. Them country used to be better roses, not anymore. Half of the families living in England right now? Yes, presently, uncle. Right now. Let me say it again, ma. Presently. When them done, half of the family, when them done from supermarket and pay them bills, them just left with £3. 3 British pound, which is less than 1,000 Guyana dollar a week. You hear me, uncle? When half of the family in England go to the supermarket on a weekly basis, all they left with a £3 when they done the supermarket and pay their bills. You gotta love today's technology, man. Google the stories. Google that same story and you will see it online. That is what England has become today. Don't think you can go there and catch your hand. There is no work. Nobody wants to put you up there. So you better stay right here. And instead of clapping your hands for visa free, stamp your feet for what God bless you with to get your rightful share of your peace. Yes. Get your rightful share, buddy. Your peace. Every drop, every blade of grass, stamp your feet for it, brother. Your life is here. Nothing is out there anymore. America is not far from England. It's not better roses anymore too. Plenty parts of America, you can't wear your jewelry and walk the streets. Things have become so rough in the US. If you got on a brand name hat, a brand name shoe or a jersey, thieves ripping it off your body. And half of their population starving in America right now. Yes, right now as I speak. So visa mean nothing now. The only reason they're waiving the visa is to make our government look good and feel good so that they could keep that as an election mantra. Are you going to see? Are you going to see we? That's what I'm going to see. Oh boy. Oh uncle, they're going to make it an election mantra. These countries waive visa. Yeah, they waive visa for you. Not knowing the visa waive is to waive away your wealth via the Atlantic Ocean.
Wow.
Why they don't waive visa for the Africans and Asian people? Joshua? Thousands are dying in the sea, heading to Italy, France, England, Canada, Germany, all over. Yes. Why they not waiving visa for them people? You know why, Joshua? They don't waive out the people gold, diamond, bauxite and oil. Now they want to wave out, you own. And all of you jumping for joy. Yes, I jumping for joy. You don't have to give easy anymore. I still love you, Guyanese. I love all of you. And let me say thanks again for the warm welcome I received in Essequibo and on the West Coast. I hope you all give the politicians the same warm welcome you give me. What a Guyana we live in. Let me end tonight's program by saying this to all of you, my brothers and sisters. I am certain some of you, after listening to me, is thinking that there's no hope left with the way these people running this country and the silence of the opposition. But let me tell all of you, all is not lost. The rainbow is still up there for all of us to see. So don't give up. Hope must never be given up. We owe it to our children and their children to fight through our moments of weakness and helplessness. People in worse situations than us ended up succeeding because they never let go of hope. What I have said earlier is terrible, but not the end. Yes, we have to pay that 7.3 billion American dollar as is. And we also have to pay maybe another 10 billion more because of the mistakes made on those 4 projects Jagdeo and Trotman sign away. But let me say this, and let me say it very nicely with a smile to you people. Yes, I'm giving you a smile so you can rest in peace tonight, Uncle. This whole horror story can change for the better. And every single Guyanese, including our brothers and sisters living in the Caribbean, if you want to include the pie to them, man, all of us can live a beautiful life. Better than the Americans, the Europeans, and even better than the people in Dubai and Kuwait. Only if, and I'm smiling here, only if, let me repeat again with a smile, Uncle, only if your voices sounded loud enough for Jagdeo and the opposition to change this horrible situation on every other project they're about to approve, starting with the 5th project Jagdeo is going to approve before the year is end. They must correct every mistake made in this 5th project if Jagdeo should approve it. What you say? Let me hear from all of you. The telephone lines are open. 624-6456, 622-222. You can call me. I'll be sitting here for the next 10 minutes and I'll take your calls. Josh?
Yes, sir.
I'll take the calls. I don't got one coming in. Hold.